Ice fishing. The winter version of bobbing for apples. Except you're bobbing for fish. There's only one circular hole you get to stick your poles into. Let's get swimming.
Maddie, have you ever been ice fishing?
No, I've usually been home in front of a fire with hot chocolate.
Okay, because you have been to Wisconsin.
I have, usually to visit family, not to freeze. My dad's the big fisher of our group, and when I go fishing with him, thanks to my lovely short stature, we take a boat.
Yeah. I have never been ice fishing either. I have fished throughout the Northwest, Arizona, and even Alaska, thanks to my husband, who loves to fish. However, I've never even had a desire to go ice fishing. It sounds cold and a little boring. I admit I know nothing about ice fishing, but temperature is an important component to being safe and catching fish. Maddie did the research, and I learned that ice fishing is more intriguing than I thought. Imagine my surprise to learn that ice fishing is best between 20 and 32 degrees Fahrenheit, negative 6.6 and 0 degrees Celsius.
I thought it would be lower.
That's what I thought. Thank you. That doesn't seem cold at all. I thought ice fishing needed temperatures around 0 degrees Fahrenheit, negative 17.7 degrees Celsius. There are two conditions you need for ice fishing: a solid layer of ice on top and water underneath. If it gets above freezing, the ice on top may melt, making walking or driving on it dangerous. However, if it gets too cold, the water in the hole you're fishing may begin to freeze, and it would be difficult to haul fish up through an iced over hole.
So this is like Goldilocks and the Three Bears just for fishing?
Yes, exactly.
This is not frozen enough. This is too frozen. This is just right.
That is exactly right. For ice fishing, you want the Goldilocks of temperature. I had no idea. Speaking of ice, I have ice skated on a frozen lake at my aunt's house in Michigan, but I find it amazing that people drive on the ice to get out to where the fish are. Have you ever been on a frozen lake, Maddie?
Yes, I have also been ice skating.
Yeah, I'm not any good at ice skating, but I have done it on a frozen lake. According to an article in the Maine Sportsman, people can walk on clear ice that is at least 4 inches thick. Snowmobiles need 6 inches of ice, and cars and trucks need 12 inches or more, depending on the vehicle weight. How long does it take for ice to get thick enough to be safe? One common formula used by weather experts is freezing degree days. This is definitely a number best computed by computers, but in simple terms, it measures how cold it has been and how long it has been that cold. Ideally, a lake will grow 1 inch of ice every 15 freezing degree days. I looked at several websites, and it seems that this is more a rule of thumb than a fact. There are many variables, including temperature, wind, cloud cover, and snow.
And the size of the pond.
Absolutely, whether there's trees around. I mean, the little list was long of what determines how fast ice grows on a lake. A common rule of thumb is that a lake is safe to walk on after 5 days of sub-zero temperatures. I can understand wanting to get outside after dealing with several days below zero. I assume they mean below 0 Fahrenheit.
That would make sense.
The articles assume that you're in America and didn't specify.
I would like to point out that's probably my fault. Weirdly enough, when you research this stuff, it takes into account where you are, and a lot of our info then comes from American sources. So, you guys who are not in America, let us know if anything's different on your end of the spectrums, okay?
And they definitely ice fish all over the world. Today we have lots of equipment from electric augers to tip-ups that allow anglers to fish several holes at once, including fishing poles, safety ropes, and perhaps a heater. This is why many anglers use a snowmobile or a truck to get out to the middle of the lake. But this is the modern way to fish. In 1914, a farmer in what is now Russia dug up a 10,000-year-old fishing net. It is not confirmed that this artifact was used for ice fishing, but it is the oldest evidence that humans have been devising ways to catch fish in large numbers. Considering how far north it was found, it could have been used for ice fishing. We know people were ice fishing at least 5,000 years ago based on Finnish stories. They used long nets under the ice to catch large amounts of fish. This is still done today, but 5,000 years ago there were no electric tools and no modern high-tech clothing and no trucks to drive out on the ice.
Just muscles.
Maybe dogs or something?
Man, anyone who had to ice fish back then must have been jacked. Because they had to manually drill the hole, manually yoink the fish out. Then they had to carve the fish, they had to salt the fish. I could not survive then. I am not jacked enough. I do have enough blubber though, so.
Maddie, I think you and I can be grateful that we live in 2026 and not, 4000 BC, for sure. It is an amazing bit of human ingenuity to catch fish that they could see through the ice, but that must have seemed out of reach. Early Americans also used nets, but they have a long history of spearing fish. To lure a fish, they would lie on their stomachs, that sounds cold, and dangle a bait in the water. Once a fish came within view, the angler would spear the fish. As with fishing today, they probably were not always successful, but it is a method still used by northern tribes. Other cultures have evidence of ice fishing in their past, so maybe there is something to this winter pastime. About 2 million people ice fish in America alone. Maybe if I am near a frozen lake, and am sure the ice is deep enough, I'll try ice fishing. Or at least I'll go out with an experienced ice fisher and see how it works.
That would be an interesting thing to do with your husband sometime.
I think he'd do it. If he could stay warm enough.
Nowadays, they build like little huts around the ice hole so they can stay warm. It would be a great way to get away from society and like technology and stuff and just sit on your thoughts.
Yes, but in the same way that I'm not going mushroom hunting by myself, I'm not going out on the ice by myself unless I'm with somebody who knows how to measure the ice and is sure that it is deep enough.
Oh, yeah, no, it's like skydiving. The first couple times you do it, you should always have a trained professional with you.
It's nothing like skydiving because I'm not skydiving either. I'm not jumping out of perfectly good airplanes, but hey, have fun!
We hope you guys enjoyed this spark. Though, I don't think I'll go ice fishing anytime soon. But hey, if you like this and want to keep up with us, like and subscribe. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Bye-bye!
Before we officially sign off, I want to encourage everyone to tune in to the next Spark. If you remember, Maddie agreed to draw a certain animal if we got 10 comments. Well, we got the comments, so Maddie has drawn one of my favorite animals. The reveal will be in the next Spark. I can't wait for you to see it. Now we'll officially sign off. Bye!